just crazy.
Xiyu Lin was born in Guangzhou, China on February
Lin
25th,
just struggling to get anything
1996.
going so far today. Would love to knock this one on and find a little bit of momentum here as she prepares to make the turn.
Yeah, really an opportunity, Amy, here for her to right the ship. All pars and one bogey on a day where the golf course is playing easier than it has played all week. Find the putting surface here. It'd be big for Xiyu.
That's that left shot. There's OB
Out
over
of bounds there. Oh no.
Either way, that's not going to be good. Unless she gets relief from the scoreboard, that's the only hopeful thing she could have.
Tour until this season. So congrats to Caitlin from Oklahoma.
All right, Xiyu Lin got a pretty good break here, Amy. Or is it unplayable?
Yeah, she's taken unplayable. Okay. She considered it. She moved some cords from the scoreboard nearby, but ultimately decided to take relief from under this pine tree that was just in front of her.
She must have been close to the edge of the pine tree for 2 club lengths to get her to this spot with the clear shot. It's all about minimizing the damage.
It's like the beauty of a short hole. There's a little bit of a risk involved and sometimes not a reward.
Xiyu, also known as Janet, turned pro on the Chinese tour at the age of 15, where she's won 7 times in her career.
Pretty straightforward, not much movement in this area of the green, relatively flat. It's about 10 feet here for Lin. It's an area that she's really excelled throughout this week, so the putting has really been a key to her success, and fortunately she hasn't gotten many to drop today, but good position to make one here.
Yeah, she's made 13 birdies. Was coming into today's round, was tied for first with Lynn Grant, but no birdies yet. This be a big save.
Oh goodness. Even when you haven't had your best stuff, a putt like that can just really give you a lot of confidence if you're able to save par in that moment. It's kind of that target awareness is so important.
Now Lin.
Again, we talked about Lin struggling to get any momentum going. Morgan, how do you kind of reset as you make the turn, try and turn your day around?
You know, it's hard. You have to have knowledge of your swing, knowledge of your game, what's kind of going wrong. You have to analyze it on the spot. And sometimes you just have to try and get it done. You just have to say, look, I don't have my best stuff today. I can't quite figure out why, but I've got 9 holes left. Just figure out how to get it done. Miss it in the right place.
Ain't it? And you got local fans of the Toledo Rockets here. We saw some Mud Hens fans earlier. And now Xiyu Lin left of the fairway at the 10th.
Got the primary rough off the tee. Looks like she's going to be trying to take this up and over some trees to this back left hole location. A really difficult angle from where she is. She was trying to get some of the fans to move out of the way. So it looks like that's the route she's trying to take.
We'll have to pay attention, Amy, to this left miss. That's 2 holes in a row where she's missed her tee shot well left. Here would be just a little bit right. Don't want to get too close to that tree. Lovely shot. That's a wonderful place to putt from. Straight up the hill almost from that spot. And considering she had to negotiate these.
Xiyu Lin, this for her first birdie of the day.
Looking for a spark here. Pretty straightforward, just slightly uphill.
Xiyu has won 3 times on the Ladies European Tour, including a playoff victory over Jin Young Ko in the Aramco Team Series Hong Kong in October 2023.
She didn't really learn anything from Lin's putt. Didn't break anything to the right.
Shoulder sagging maybe just a little bit, 2 over.
All right, Xiyu Lin, she's missed the last couple tee shots to the left, but that's this is her little dog leg right to left, so maybe she can kind of find the fairway here, get something started, Amy.
Yeah, I would love to find some momentum in this round, just kind of reset and get her day back on track.
Get the shoulders a little bit open. She corrected the left, and if it gets a decent kick back in the fairway, should be okay. There's some trees overhanging, but that's probably okay there.
Yeah, with the left hole location today, might
Should be fine.
get away with that one.
It was interesting. Let's see what happens. All right, Xiyu Lin now.
Lin finding the far right side of the fairway, some of the shadows of the trees just covering her ball. She's got 162 to this pin location today, just 5 off the left side.
She's set up quite a bit open with her stance, maybe trying to hit a little bit of a fade in here. Not the ideal hole location to hit a fade, but with the tree trouble, just trying to avoid it.
Stay up. That's not going to. One thing I did notice on the range was interesting. She missed some iron shots to the right. Of course, she was trying to fade that, but she's hit some drives left. And Xiyu Lin now, 3rd shot at 11.
About 5 feet short of this putting surface. This is uphill all the way back to this pin.
Seen one player go low. Now 2 players go low. One went up in the air with it, and that's got to go. All right. I like that low version. A little easy to predict what it's going to do.
Of full field events still to come this year, but second half of the season is here. So go back to 11.
Yeah, Xiyu Lin now, this for par.
Straight up the hill.
Oh, too hard. Wow. Your 3rd bogey of the day.
It's just that kind of a day, Jim, where nothing is quite going her way. A couple lip outs on the high side there on 9 and here on 11.
Yeah, sometimes you lose your focus too, and you're trying so hard. You've had 16 top 10s in the last 3 years. Have got the win. You want that win so badly. Been playing almost flawless golf for 2 days, and then you get a day like this. But you just got to keep grinding out, Morgan, just to kind of get yourself. Don't get too.
Here at the Dana Open, back on the tee at the 12th, Xiyu Lin, 3 over today.
Didn't look like she liked that very much. Didn't look like she felt like.
She'll have that for 64. This is China's Xiyu Lin, and that's us. Morgan and I joined by Jim Gallagher Jr. And Amy Rogers is out on the course following that final group. And Xiyu Lin, Amy, is trying to take the lid off the hole today.
Hey there, Grant. Yeah, it just has not been her day. Hasn't been able to get any momentum going. This one about 15 feet short of this hole. Gonna move up the slope.
Just burning edge after edge after edge. Not putting herself in some of the best places ball striking wise, but her putter not saving her.
Wanasayan has a short birdie.
Xiyu Lin, she hit a couple drives. She's got less than driver here left, and I noticed she's opened her shoulders a little bit more. The last couple have gone up the right side, so let's see here. Looks like she's over on the right side of the tee, maybe trying to hit that little fade here.
Yeah, just one bunker up that right side. We got 3 to contend with on the left side of the fairway, so really needs to be accurate with this one.
Okay, Jim, to your point, look at how far open she's set up here.
Last 2 have been just like that, and it's kind of started up the right and went right. Looks like she released that a little bit better. And that'll work just fine. Miss a couple left, you have a tendency to miss a couple right, but she straightened it out there.
Here at the Arkansas Championship last fall, back to 13.
Yeah, you tapped in for par. Now Xiyu Lin.
115 for Lin from the center of this fairway, and the pin over on that right right side today. Not too dissimilar than what we saw yesterday. This one just a little farther back on the green.
Started out well left. Really has a lot of movement to her golf ball today.
Just trim it off to the front edge of the green. It's just so sloped right there. Anything right at the hole is going to spin off.
LPGA start. Here she is now, former #1 in the world and a 2-time major champ.
Xiyu Lin for birdie has plenty of speed, just didn't quite get it out there. It's still birdie. No birdies today. Led the birdies through 2 days with 13, but none yet.
Similar grasses, similar style, and just feels very, very comfortable here. And it shows in her play, but just not able to get anything going quite yet today.
Yeah, it hadn't loved her back, and it sure hasn't loved Xiyu Lin today. Okay, that was a good putt. That's actually a lot tougher putts than you think, but he needs to make a birdie, kind of get something going in the right direction. He stays.
She's got those closing par 5s coming up.
At the 14th, Lin.
Lin coming into this week after taking the last 2 off has really been working hard on trying to not be so perfect, not be so technical, really just try to get back to playing some golf, and needs to do that here today.
Yeah, I talked to her coach, Tony Ziegler. He said that they really didn't spend a lot of time on the range. It was mostly on the course, kind of seeing shots, seeing different visuals. And like you said, Amy, nobody's really been too aggressive.
Xiyu Lin looking for her first birdie of the day.
Oh, she'd love to see this one go in, Grant. Been waiting all day. Pretty flat portion of this green, about 15 feet putting across this green.
Tough putt to read.
Yeah, walk it in. Yes, look at that. Finally.
Celebration at last.
This is a player top 10 on tour in birdies, so she's not used to going this long without one.
But I think it's how you manage those nerves.
Yeah, I mean, you're nervous because you care,
Yes.
right? You're nervous because it's important to you. You're nervous because you want it, just like how much Xiyu Lin wants her first victory on the LPGA Tour, and you just kind of have to embrace it. We heard Steph Kiriakou talk a lot about that last week, really just learning what your body does under pressure. Typically, the tendency is for things to get quick, for you to speed up, and to get short.
Although she has yet to card her first LPGA Tour win, Xiyu has finished runner-up 5 times.
All right, Xiyu Lin, they get it right at the tower.
And just finding the first cut, she's got 136 to this front pin today. The center of the screen just 7 on.
Really got their shoulders and hips really open.
Yeah, it's kind of, when you're thinking something is going wrong, it's usually the first place you look. Where's your alignment? Where am I square to my target?
She's straightened it out since the shots at 9 and 10. She's been pretty much on.
Epson Tour player, got in because she won the LPGA Professional Championship and made the cut. Way to go, Allie. Take a look at our insights by KPMG. Jim 5 runner-up finishes, tied with Lexi and Charlie, both since 2022.
Yeah, she sure has. She's had 16 top 10s in that span too, so it's just a matter of this time when it's going to happen. But this for birdie, this could continue that good trend. There you go. Keep fighting. Never give up, no matter where you are.
You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Every shot makes a difference. I know Shinente has a 5-shot lead.
Move back into the top 5. And a smile back on her face. Shoulders were slumped a little bit earlier. Nothing like a couple of birdies.
Lin looking to keep that momentum going with a nice drive here. She's all up along the right side. Something along the left-hand side of this fairway would be well positioned with this tee location today, or this hole location, excuse me, on the front right portion of the screen.
It's an interesting tee box. You can see the tee box aims you well right, almost up the out of bounds line up the right. You really have to focus and not settle in to where the tee box is aiming you. Bit of a trick that some designers will use to shift your eye in a different direction.
I've had quite a few members lined up to the right. Not paying attention and using that advice. It's weird to hit across the tee box. That's why you stand behind it and you pick your target.
Xiyu Lin from the bunker.
Yeah, Lin just caught the bunker on the left side of this fairway. It's far enough back from that lip that really shouldn't be an issue. She has a pretty decent angle into this hole location.
Really still with a lower body on these shots. Thinned it a little bit, but thin to win out of a bunker. And that'll be just fine.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Breaking.
Xiyu Lin will be there in Paris as well, representing China. She plays the 16th.
And this one from long range all the way across the screen, moving from her right to left.
Slow putt. Tough to get it to the hole. All in all, a good stroke there. But 16 is one of the hardest holes on the golf course.
And we saw what Highland Meadows can do. She just missed it into the first cut, but the tree influenced the second. Unable to get up and down. And now Lin for par to pick up a stroke here on Shemity. Back-to-back birdies and then par at a tough par 4. Status for Emma, so a chance to move up the priority list. She could stand a good Sunday tomorrow.
Xiyu Lin now on the tee at 17.
Lin made birdie here on Thursday. Would love to add another one today. This blind tee shot to this elevated fairway. The risk-reward hole this week. We'll see if she can position herself to go for this one.
If it stays in the fairway, it should on that line. Yeah, that's fine.
I liked how both of you were talking about you got to find something in the middle of the round when it's not going your way. It seems like Xiyu has.
All right, third shot for Xiyu Lin here at 17. 73 yards, looks like, Amy. So it should be very doable. I just kind of reached at that one a little bit. Oh, caught the flag stick.
Flag reached for it, too.
Yeah, sure did. That's a smile there. You got to kind of, all right. I don't know if it's a good break, bad break, but watch this thing. Takes a pretty big bounce halfway up the flag stick. Look, it still had spin on it.
Yeah, it stopped very quickly.
Yeah.
Jim mentioned 6 straight missed cuts. Turnaround this week for Lucy.
Xiyu Lin's turned this round around. That's easy for me to say, Amy. Nice run for her.
Yeah, she really is. She's lucky after that hit the stick. It didn't bounce off too far from the hole. She's just above the hole, so putting back down the slope towards the front of the screen. She's got about 8 feet.
Seeing players get this outside the hole a little bit too far, thinking it's going to kind of fall a little bit right. It goes slightly, but it's actually got to keep this putt just in the hole. But it's to get the 10 under. Great read there. That's really well done. Laid it up, wedged it up to here, spun it off the flag stick. Looked like a birdie all the way. Let's take a look at this. Look at this stroke right here. Watch how this ball just right up that started in the left, inside left, dead center. Beautiful putt.
I've been impressed, Jim, with the way that she's turned this around.
Yeah. Tee marker earlier. Talking about a 20-minute gap from the time they finished the 17th until these tee shots here at the 18th. And Xiyu Lin, who has rallied with 3 birdies. At one point she was, what, 8 shots off the lead? She's back into the top 5.
Lin with driver here, looking to position something between these 3 fairway bunkers, just guarding this landing area, 1 off to the right and 2 on the left side.
Amy, how did you see them spend that weight here?
Yeah, everyone kind of handled it a little bit differently. Lin kind of stood around. Wanasea sat for a bit. Lin was kind of off by herself. I was curious, is there a strategy, from a player's standpoint to how they approach these weights when these happen?
I didn't love to sit down. That was kind of my one thing. You sit down, you get tight. And so just stay standing. Maybe as it it's getting a little bit close.
Lin and Wanasea with their seconds to come. Green is clearing, and here is Xiyu.
After the long wait, Lin ready to go for this one. Has 239 to this pin.
Just trying to get it to cut, but it didn't. Bit of a double cross. It's not too bad down there.
18th for 65. A little heat on Shinetti, who will have a 3rd shot in a moment. Xiyu Lin will as well. Xiyu is the highest ranked player in the field. At numbers, she's gone at least 20 under par and not 1. Tells you what kind of player she is. How about the 3rd here?
This one's sitting down in the rough for Lin. She's going to need to get this up onto the green and then let it roll out to the pin.
Beautiful shot.
What a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very impressed with, after the struggles that we saw early.
Xiyu is also famously known as being landlord and renter to fellow LPGA Tour member Ronin Yin.
Some bonus coverage here for you. Xiyu with this left to finish with a flourish. Give herself a chance tomorrow.
On a similar line to what we saw from Wanasea, so she'll have a good idea what this one's going to do.
Just keep the speed up. Not a lot of break here.
Very impressive. Birdie's 4 of her last 5 holes. 8 shots back at one point. She'll be 5 back going into the final round. And Shinetti